Hey everybody, this is one of those Relics of Hyrule video guide videos. Today, or this time, I'm going to explain where you can find all the ice, fire, and light arrows. I'm here on Solstheim, because I figured I'd start there. There's three shrines on Solstheim. One, the light shrine. Let's start with the light arrows, because that's what you really want, right? Light arrows on Solstheim, northeast of Frostle. So Frostle is up in the northeast corner of Solstheim, north of Skull Village. So you go northeast, northwest. I always mix up east and west. Northwest from Frostle, and you can find the light shrine. So I'm gonna go northwest. You'll have to deal with some Reeklings, because there's Reeklings on this island here. But once you deal with them, you can just access the light shrine. And it puts a marker on your map so you can fast travel there whenever you want. I think this is the only light shrine that you can fast travel to. You can fast travel to some other ones, a fire shrine and an ice shrine, if I remember correctly. I know you can fast travel to a light ice shrine in Skyrim. Oh dear, there's something going on there. Anyway, yeah. So this is what the shrines look like on Solstheim. They're more compact. There's nothing special about them. You open it, and inside, I already took the light arrow out, but they'll be in here. It's right on this island, this Reekling Island near Frostle. So that's the light shrine. The fire shrine is actually marked too. It's northeast of Ashfallow Citadel, so you can go there. Oh, there it is, fire shrine. To find it initially, you go to Ashfallow Citadel, which is near Palestone Camp. It's near Nchardak. You go west from Nchardak or northeast from Palestone Camp, and you can find Ashfallow Citadel. You always complain about the weather, Serana. Nothing is good for you. Right, yeah, normally there would be fire arrows in there, but I've already gotten them. So that's the fire shrine on Solstheim. Now the ice shrine. The ice shrine is near Castle Karstag, which is up here. So you can fast travel to, if I remember correctly, it's Castle Karstag Caverns. No, don't place a marker. Castle Karstag Caverns. Try saying that 3 times fast. Okay, before my game crashes again, I'm gonna ignore that dragon. Yeah, I see you. Okay. The ice shrine is right here. Castle Karstag Caverns, right next to it. And then you go uphill by the stream as if you're gonna go attack that dragon, I guess. There's this sort of slab of ice here, and it's a stream, and you go uphill from the stream. That's pretty much it, and it's right there. It's not marked because it's so close to Castle Karstag Caverns. Finally, I find one with arrows in it. The ice and fire arrows all have 3 arrows in them. The light arrow, you can only get 1 from each chest. Hopefully when I go to Skyrim I can show you that. Speaking of Skyrim, I will have to take care of this dragon, and then I will bring you back when I'm in Skyrim, so I can show you all the shrines in Skyrim. In Skyrim, I'll go through the ice arrows first. There is ice. Where is it? Oh, I guess haven't been to the Chill. There's an ice shrine on the Chill. And you can get to the Chill by just going straight north from Winterhold. You can go to Septimus Cygnus's outpost, and then just keep going. Or you could get arrested in Winterhold if you wanted to. But yeah, the Chill is just straight north from Winterhold. I will swim there. Shark! Okay, here's the Chill. There's the Chill. Horker, get out of here, buddy. Don't mess with me. And if you go on top of the Chill, which is very easy, there's the Ice Shrine right there. There's a big weapon of some sort. There's some junk. There's an old note. And this gives you a hint as to where to find the light arrows, but I'm sort of phasing out the hint notes because they're kind of pointless. But whatever. There's also gold up here, so that's nice. Loading. Ice arrow, boom. Another sample of ice arrows. Another shrine is in Whiterun Hold at the top of the Throat of the World. So I'm gonna go there. Throat of the World. And to get this one, oh, right, phew, jeez. Thought that was an actual dragon that was gonna hurt me, but it's just a dragon. Hey guys, how's it going? Don't mind me. To get this one, you might be in the way, sir. To get this one, you just climb all the way up here, and it's on the very top of the Throat of the World. If you're looking for the notched pickaxe, it's going to be right next to the notched pickaxe. So you pretty much just climb up right up here. Keep on jumping. Oh, come on. Ironically, a horse actually makes this easier. But I'm going to use a horse. There we go. Ice Shrine right there. There's also some malachite. Lord knows how that got up here. Some ebony, and there's the notched pickaxe. That's not the pickaxe. That's not the notched pickaxe. The notched pickaxe is like right there. Anyway. Ice Shrine. Yoink. And these respawn every 10 days, I think. So you can mark one. That's why I have 3 that you can fast travel to. So you can fast travel to one. And speaking of which, the final one is in Hafengar, right next to the Orphan's Tear, and it is marked on your map. I mean, it has a map marker, so once you discover it, you can just fast travel to it. So you can fast travel to them every 10 days and get as many as you want. So there's only 3 that you can fast travel to. There's this one, and then there's the 2 on Solstheim for the fire and light arrows. And there it is. This one doesn't have really anything near it. And I already got the arrows here. It's right next to the Orphan's Tear. So, and it's actually right next to Fort Hragstad. So you can go to Fort Hragstad or Orphan's Tear or Kino Langdonzel. West of Solitude. That's pretty much it. Orphan's Tear. Pretty good. So that's the ice shrines. Now I will talk about the fire shrines. There's one in the Pale, which I think is closest. There's one in the Pale near the Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon. So you go to the Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon, which is... Come on. Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon is east of Morthal, near the Lordstone, Stonehills Mine, Skyborn Altar. Hall Crypt. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Oi! Wolfos! Hi, Wolfos. Thanks for coming out. Wild Wolfos. That's awesome. The Fire Shrine. You go to the Shrine of Marin's Dagon, and then you go down the stairs, and then right here, there's this rock cairn right there, and there's this other staircase down.
Or in a cave. Anywhere, just none of this.
There's this stair, right this stair, and you walk parallel to that stair, and sort of go around this. And right next to this little cliff thing is the Fire Shrine. This is probably, it's one of the hardest to find, not because it's like anywhere difficult per se, but it's just so, it's not really that obvious. I mean, I don't know, it was really hard for me to find, and I had to actually look up. But I think it's because it's behind this hill, and it's sort of in the middle of nowhere. But I don't know. Everybody has the thing that's hard to find. Yeah, fire arrows, there they are. There are some other ones that are hard to find. But this one, just go down the stairs here, and then sort of just, once you get to this, just keep going. And it's pretty much, if you aim for that ruin, oh, hey, it's like right next to, yeah, it's right next to the Lordstone. It's between the Lordstone and the Shrine of Marin's Dagon. So it's really not that hard to find. I'm just an idiot. Okay, so that's the one in the Pale. There's one in East March, near, hang on, near the Elder Gleam Sanctuary. So, on your way, where's the Elder Gleam Sanctuary? There it is. On your way to getting the stuff from the Elder Gleam Sanctuary that's awesome, like the Minuet of Forest. Right, the Fire Shrine near the Elder Gleam Sanctuary is on the Elder Gleam Sanctuary. So you have the Elder Gleam Sanctuary cave, and if you curl up on top of that cave, so here's the cave, right here. And if you go up, the best way to get up is over here. If you go up, it's right here on this, what are these called? Deposit. This mineral deposit. You open up, fire arrows, done. Now, there's one in the Rift near Serethi Farm. And actually, if you go to Gearman's Hall, if you go to Gearman's Hall and then turn around and walk over here, there is this little statue next to some Nern root, and there's an urn in its mouth, and there's an old note. When water fills the lake, shoot toward the morning light. Which pretty much says, here's a lake, and then you go east. It's sort of pointless, and I might replace it with something else, because it pretty much tells you to go east to Serethi Farm, which is, it's pretty pointless. So I might replace it with a lore book or something like that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go through all the hint notes and replace them with actual lore books. So there's gonna be a book that you can find somewhere, just in like normal loot, that says stuff like where to find all these shrines, instead of being, you know, that kind of weird hint. To be fair, it is a reference to the games, but it's sort of pointless because it's just like, hey, you know that direction you're walking? Just keep going. and you'll find the fire shrine. And actually, if you look at my compass up there, you'll see that the fire shrine is actually appearing. It has a map marker because it's far enough from Serethi Farm to warrant such a thing. So there's Serethi Farm. And you go past the Nirnroot field, and right up here is the fire shrine. I think I said before that there are only 3 shrines that you can fast travel to. You can fast travel to this one. So there are 4. There are 2 fire shrines that you can fast travel to, 1 ice shrine, and I think 1 light shrine. Speaking of the light shrines, so yeah, here's where that is. It's Serethi Farm, very close to Iverstead, close to Trevor's Watch and Nilheim. Now it's time for the light arrows. They're all near Daedric shrines. There's one in Winterhold, near the Shrine of Azura. This one's sort of hard to find, but it's not really that hard to find. All you have to do is, so here's where you are. There's the Shrine of Azura. This is pretty much where you fast travel to, and there's this little crook to the left of the shrine, and you follow that. And there's the Shrine of Light. So it's hidden in plain sight, just like the one near Mayor's Dagon Shrine. There's nothing in it right now, but when you find it, there will be stuff in it. So that's that one. There's another one in Hafengar near the Kilcreath Ruins, Shrine of Meridia. So here's this one, Shrine of Meridia. To find this one, you come up to the shrine. There's Meridia, turn left, and there's the rest of Kilcreath Ruins. And up here, overlooking all of that, will be the Light Shrine. There it is, Light Shrine. Right, so that's the Light Shrine. That's one Light Shrine. Final Light Shrine, and actually the original Light Shrine, is near the Shrine of Periite. To find this one, you go to the Shrine of Periite. For the record, that one's in the Reach, near Bethardums and Carthwaston. And the other one was Statue of Meridia, which is near Dragon Bridge. Basically, if you follow Break of Dawn quest, that's where that will end up. Shrine of Periite. So here's the Shrine of Periite, and the best way to get to the Light Shrine is to climb this mountain. And then I think it's over here. Yeah. It'll sort of level out like this. And you're overlooking that. And you keep climbing up. And you will eventually find this. And actually, now that I think about it, the easiest way is to get to this ruin, this dwarven ruin, and then go up toward the, sort of past the Shrine of Periite, and the Light Shrine will be in these trees. But whenever I go to this shrine, I always just sort of climb that mountain and sort of come obliquely to this ruin. You can also follow this path over here, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So yeah. If you can find this ruin, I think there's a Wisp Mother that lives here sometimes. It's close to... well, it's sort of close to the Loverstone. The Loverstone, if you go north from that, toward the Shrine of Periite, and then just keep going up this way toward these trees, then you'll find the Light Shrine. Okay, so that's all of those. Now let me explain why I put them in the places they are. You may have noticed that all 3 light shrines in Skyrim are close to Daedric shrines. Meridia, that's easy. She's essentially the Daedric Prince of... She's the Daedric Prince of living energy, but there's a lot of light motif with her, so she was an obvious choice. Shrine of Azura is the shrine. She's the goddess of twilight, dusk and dawn, which makes total sense for light, and it's also a sort of an oblique reference to Twilight Princess in that sense. And then the Shrine of Periite is sort of the last of the... He's one of the only... I won't say last. He's one of the only neutral Daedric lords, and he's the shrine... He's the god... He's the prince of order. So he's neutral, obviously, because he punished Orchendor and all that, and he sort of sows disease. But he's sort of the order person, so that makes sense for him to have that sort of light near him. And the ice arrows, they are all ice things. The ice shrine over here, there's no real reason for that. It's just very far north. It's close to Kina Langdonzel, which is sort of an ice-water-themed dungeon. The Chill, that's another obvious one. Winterhold, it's very cold. It's pretty much it's frozen, and it's guarded by frost astronauts, so that makes sense. Throat of the World is the highest point in Skyrim, so that makes sense. Karstag Ruins is an ice castle, so there you go. There's no real reason for the Light Shrine to be north of Frossel. I just sort of put it there. I guess I could have thought that one out better. The Fire Shrines, there's one... Serethi Farm, there's no real reason for that. That's just a reference to the games, to our Ocarina of Time, where you had to go east. You have to shoot the sun in order to get the fire arrows. So east from, you know, going toward the sunset, I mean the sunrise. That's sort of what that is. Shrine of Merrin's Dagon. I'm just yawning. Shrine of Merrin's Dagon is, you know, he's the god. He's the Prince of Destruction, fire. The Deadlands were very fiery and all that junk. East March is a volcanic hotspot. So that makes sense. And I put it on, the fire shrine there is on a deposit from, a mineral deposit from Hot Spring. And then Serethi Farm, I already mentioned. Ashfallow Citadel, it's on the very edge of the ash in southern Solstheim. So that's, and it's sort of overlooking not Death Mountain, Red Mountain. It's not Death Mountain. In the lore for Relics of Hyrule, Red Mountain is not Death Mountain. Death Mountain is near Labyrinthian, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. I might as well explain what each of these do. Do I have a light arrow on me? Do I have a light arrow? I do have a light arrow. Okay, so fire arrow, first of all. Whoop. Okay, no. I might make crossbow bolts out of these at some point, but they would be sort of redundant because you can already unlock the in Dawnguard you can get those explosive bolts. So here's what the fire arrow does. it knocks them over, and it does that giant explosion. It also does frenzy on them, and it drains their health. Like, yeah, so it's sort of a one-hit kill. It's very powerful. It'll knock them over. The ice arrow freezes people. I'll aim at somebody else. Ah. Okay, well, it explodes with a big icy ball. And that freezes them. It also does frenzy. Oh wait, no it doesn't. That's just my bow. So, correction. None of these do frenzy. My bow does frenzy. So yeah, the ice arrow will freeze people, and it actually freezes people even if they're not right next to them, right next to it. The light arrow is very strong. You can only get one from each shrine because it's an instant kill. See, she went straight down. Instantly, she just went down. Oh. The base power of these they're not super strong. You see, here's a Daedric arrow. These are like glass arrows. Oh, come on. Light arrow. E400 EC331. Light arrow. See how weak that is? The base damage is very low. Because I wanted it. See this electric attack that electric stuff that she has on? That's from the enchantment on the explosion.
Let's move faster. The sun is... Let's not pay for my sleep.
So the light arrow has... The way that arrows work, you can't enchant an arrow, you can enchant the explosion. So the light arrows have a special explosion that you saw. They have that bright white explosion from the Sun-Howled arrows. In the no DLC version, I couldn't do that because it wasn't in there, so I gave them something else. But the effect is still the same. That explosion does a ton of damage. It turns undead, all that crap, and also adds a shock effect that lasts for a long time. And when someone dies with that effect on, they disintegrate. So let's see if I can demonstrate that on a bandit.
You pick bad time to get lost, friend.
Where'd you come from?
So there he goes. Sometimes they won't disintegrate, which is annoying. But they will always instantly die. If they get hit by the explosion, then they'll usually disintegrate. More powerful enemies will disintegrate. There's still some kinks to work out. I really want everything to disintegrate, but there's a limitation to Skyrim, which is unfortunate. But dragons will disintegrate. Stronger enemies will definitely disintegrate. So yes, the light arrows are OP. They're supposed to be OP. Because they're the friggin' light arrows, so there's nothing gonna change about them. Because if I didn't make them instant kills, that would not be accurate, and it wouldn't be... I mean, I like having this... They're sort of an eject button. They're a last resort. That's why there's only 4 shrines, and you can only get at most 4 every 10 days. So they are rare, they're supposed to be rare, and That's just how it works. I mean, yes, there are some kinks to be worked out, but for the most part, they're instant kills, unless they hit an essential target. And they're strong for a reason, because they're the light arrows, and I'm rationing them. Right. This part is gonna be post-production narration, because when I filmed this is out of date, and I changed a little things. So this is gonna be a loop of me at the crafting bench. You can craft fire arrows, ice arrows, and light arrows at an ancient enchanter. To craft fire arrows, you need 70 enchanting or 60 smithing. You need to know Din's Fire or Din's Fireball, but if you know Din's Fireball, you already know Din's Fire. And you need 10 glass arrows and 1 filled Greater Soul Gem. Or is it 1 empty Greater Soul Gem? 1 Greater Soul Gem. Empty or filled? I think it's filled. Try both. And, the old version, this video was made with an old version of the mod where you could craft 20 at a time. But there are some glitches with that, so, and I think it's overpowered if you can make 20 at a time, because that's kind of like, come on, with only 1 Greater Soul Gem. So that's that. You can make ice arrows with, 70 enchanting, 60 smithing, knowing Faror's Gale, Faror's Gale, Ice Form, or if you're carrying the Ice Rod, 1 Greater Soul Gem, 10 glass arrows. Light arrows are crafted with 1 light essence, 2 dwarven arrows, and 70 enchanting or 60 smithing, and you don't need anything else other than those skills and light essence. You can also convert light arrows back into light essence, but it's balanced in terms of 1 light essence makes 2 arrows, and 2 arrows make 1 light essence. So in that sense, you can flip-flop. The price ends up being dwarven arrows. So if you have 2 light arrows, you can make a light essence out of it, and if you have a light essence, you can make 2 light arrows, as long as you have 2 dwarven arrows. And then light arrows are also vital for potent light essence. You need 3 light arrows to make 1 potent light essence, and you need potent light essence to truly awaken the Master Sword, Noble Sword, Force Sword, etc. So light arrows are pretty important in Relics of Hyrule in that sense. These respite containers, I'll talk about those some other video. I think that's all I have to say about light arrows and all of that. I chose to make these glass because I actually started out trying to put a fireball at the end of the fire arrows and an ice spike at the end of the ice arrows, but A, it looked stupid, and B, it didn't work. So I chose to just make them glass like that, because I felt that it was kind of cool. And I think they look really cool. This is actually the oil cube map that these have, so that's pretty nice. And the light arrows are dwarven, because the dwarven, all that dwarven stuff looks a lot like the motif that you see on a lot of that ancient technology in Zelda, whether it's in the Lanayru Desert or the Temple of Time or Tower of the Gods. So I felt that that fit. And plus I like that the light arrows are pure white. Okay, that was exhausting. Hopefully that shed some light on how to use them. This was probably pretty disjointed. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. There's more to come. There's a lot to Relics of Hyrule, so there's plenty of stuff to talk about.